okay. I get so frustrated when you see all these people wearing high heels. I just wish that there was shoes that you could wear that could make you shorter somehow. Like for those really tall people that are tired of bending over for photos and stuff, just to like find a way to make shoes that can make you smaller. Like whether they just like make your feet go invisible and sink into the ground or something. I don't know. That's my idea.
Are you a tall person? Is that what you're telling us?
No, everyone in my family is so tall. I'm the average sized one, but I just feel so bad because every family photo they're having to like squat or bend or whatever. There's just got to be a way where they can just walk around and not have to be so tall, you know?
So you want to take your family down a peg is what you're saying.
Oh, I like what you did there.
Or maybe like if you just cut someone at their knees and just like put shoes on them. I don't know. But make it look natural, like plastic surgery to make someone shorter.
You got the knee and then the ankle right there, just knee ankle.
Cut off their leg from the knee down and like make like a robot bottom part of the leg.
Oh, and it could extend and retract.
Yeah.
You guys are.
You got to reach that top shelf, just extend it up.
You guys are putting a lot of like strain on the medical community, I think. I think we should just stick to the regular plan of having everyone normal sized, socially pressure tall people to just continue to bend down and not complain about it.
Well, people who are really short and self-conscious about that, like, no problem. They can just wear really tall shoes, you know?
I'm no giant. I'm like 5'7". But if someone taller than me made more money than me and they demanded that I walk around with a box or something for pictures, then I would do that. But if they're not richer than me, then they just have to bend down.
I'm richer than you.
Well, you're not that much taller than me, Tom.
Get out of box.
If you were like 6'8" and you were like a millionaire, who the hell wouldn't want to take a picture with them? I would not expect a millionaire to bend down to me. I would, however, get on a crate and stand on that.
Wow, I didn't even think about it from a money perspective. This is just a whole other layer.
I'm still trying to wrap my head around Heather and Tom wanting to just put a strain on the fucking economy or what, you know what I mean? Like, there's people on Medicare can't get diabetes medicine, and you guys are like, we'll just have robot legs.
They don't need the diabetes medicine if we're going to cut off their legs anyway.
That's true. You could increase circulation greatly. You're right.
Exactly. Kill two birds with one stone. And you don't have to worry about stubbing your toes.
Or bending down in pictures.
Or everyone asking you, how's the weather up there?
I would. Do you know what? If now you make me want to be 6 foot something, because I would slap the fuck out of somebody if they said that. How's the weather up there? I would slap the shit out of that motherfucker. That's how the weather is, buddy.
So you want to be bigger because you want to slap people?
Yeah. Well, no. I mean, if they ask me a question like, I'm glad I'm normal.
Like a lot of anger that you just want to let out. Like.
No, but that's like. I mean, that's a very like 50s type thing. You know what I mean? Like. I don't know. They're like calling them Jumbo and stuff. How's the weather up there, Jumbo?
I feel like, models, basketball players, if you're really tall, you can use it to your advantage.
Of course, yeah. I mean, I played sports growing up, and I hated tall people that were good at sports, but I really liked tall people that were not good at sports because it was easy to make them look stupid. You know what I mean? Because there's people.
That's so sad. Tall people who are like not good at anything. They're freakishly tall. Everyone's looking at them, but they have no talent.
Exactly. That's
and
what.
then they got to deal with the questions of, "But you play basketball."
Well, like I've done a lot of like construction work with guys that are like gigantic, like big gigantic dudes are like big gigantic dogs. They got back problems and hip problems and shit. They like grunt when they bend over at something that's like my chest level and stuff, and I just go, oh, God, you are a pussy. But now if they could dunk a basketball, that'd be totally different.
So basketball changed the whole equation for tall people?
Well, I mean, there's tall hockey players and stuff and weightlifters and things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I wonder with all the head trauma thing, like all the sports people who get like concussions and stuff, like I wonder if just being tall and just accidentally whacking your head throughout your whole life on like lights and ceiling fans and door frames and whatever. I wonder if that messes with your head.
Yeah, I totally believe that, but I don't think just being tall. Like I've had, believe it or not, ladies, I've had plenty of concussions. Maybe that's why I'm so aggressive. But yeah, I'm sure any type of head injury is going to affect you some way or another.
And so yeah, your shortening device would save these people's minds. So
The public service.
Yeah. Maybe for the untalented tall people, they would want something like that, like a surgery or some sort of shoes that can make you shorter.
Yeah.
In your face, untalented tall people. Those are my favorite people, though. I mean, I swear. They're the best. If I'm ever having a bad day, I can just look at some tall loser and go, "Oh, you wasted that."
Good genetics, and you just can't do anything.
Yeah. Yep. Although there are tall, talented people with other things. I've seen a super tall dude who was really good at playing the guitar. It still weirded me out, you know what I mean? His hands were eating the strings like a tarantula eating a hamster, which is good. That's what they're supposed to do when they're playing guitar, but it's just so weird watching a giant play a guitar like that.
It wasn't like a giant guitar, like playing a harp like a guitar.
Yeah, it looked like a fucking ukulele compared to how big he was.
But your device wouldn't help with that. It wouldn't make their fingers shorter and everything, too. Just your overall height.
Yes.
So you'd have creepy long arms, but shorter legs.
They wouldn't have to bend over to tie their shoes.
Do you guys happen to know the size of the tallest person in the world? Because it's always changing because people are just constantly growing.
That's true. The last time I looked, I think it was 8 foot tall or something. Right? There's an 8 foot tall dude out there with fucking 2 canes. Just struggling, probably in his early 30s, just living a nightmare.
That reminds me, I had a episode 2, I think, of this podcast. My idea was for teenagers, if they're really fat, give them pills like human growth hormone to make them taller. That way it'll make them thinner because they'll use some of that fatness to get taller. And then plus, once they're fully grown, they'll be able to eat more without getting as fat. I suppose you could do the same thing for rail thin people. Give them some drug to keep them shorter so they don't starve to death. If that's a problem.
Well, they could just move to a different country. They don't have to stay in the fattest country on the planet.
Yeah. I just looked it up. The tallest guy in the world right now his name is Sultan, and he's 8'2".
Good grief.
Wow.
And how old is this guy? He's he's probably late 20s, early 30s or something. Those guys don't live long.
No.
Yeah, well, he was born in 1982, so.
Okay,
wow.
So he's running up on 40.
Yeah.
Good for him. Wow, a guy with Marfan syndrome lasting that long.
That's so. Wow, I can't believe he made it that long. Good for him.
I just wonder, if you're
this world is so cruel.
he wants people to talk about him clearly. Otherwise, he would have taken one of Tom's pills to make him smaller or something. But, what is that? Heather, Abbie, you're the tallest women. You're 1 and 2, right? You're both 8 foot tallish. What's on your bucket list of shit to do? Being able to fit into a roller coaster.
Probably put the star on top of the Christmas tree without using a ladder.
Well, you probably could have done that by age 7.
Super basic, but I really want to do that.
I'm thinking short stuff, like winning a limbo contest.
Oh, that hurts.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're 8 foot tall, and you're look at that sexy little bitch winning that fucking limbo contest. Right? Or you could get super drunk because you're so big you have to drink an entire handle of liquor, right? And just throw it at somebody and go, "How come we can't do how tall can you go, bitch?"
That made sense to me.
I don't know. What would you guys do?
I gotta get Tom's pills.
What would you do, Tom, if you were 8 foot tall?
I would take shit and hide it up high so people can't get to it.
I'd wrap Christmas presents and put them all the way.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, you short assholes.
If you were that tall, you'd have to go around high-fiving everyone, just your hand up high.
Yeah.
Jump.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, you know what? Now you got my bell ringing, you guys. I would work as hard as I could to be very wealthy so that everyone who came around me would have to have a fucking tall box so they could take pictures with me. If they didn't, I would make them say, "How's the weather up there, Jumbo?" and I'd slap the shit out of them.
You would tell them all how the weather is, and you would not bend over for photos.
That's right.
You would get a really tall mohawk just to look even taller.
Yeah, oh, yeah. And I'd go up to like little babies and stuff and like fucking just mean mug the shit out of them and make them cry.
Well, you'd look like Slender Man, so you could like trick little kids into murdering each other.
Oh, Lord.
Slender Man.
That wasn't me. That was not Marco who said that.
You know what I'm talking about, right? That
yeah,
really
I know
happened.
what you're talking. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I thought that girl was just fucking crazy. I didn't know if she actually saw a super tall, skinny guy in the woods.
Well, she really murdered somebody.
Yeah, because she was a crazy, lion-ass little bitch. That's why.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
She was probably
You could
jealous
try
of her friend.
walking on stilts.
That would be hilarious.
Like
Yeah, you
walking
could.
on stilts at the circus.
Yeah.
Already the tallest person.
Yeah, you could complain to people while you're putting on your stilts, like, "Oh, 8 foot tall is not tall enough. I got to get to 15."
Well, Slender Man was really tall. If he was rich, then Marco, you would do whatever he said, right?
Yeah, I'd
Isn't
carry
that what you
around.
said earlier?
Yeah, I'd carry around a box. I guess if I had to, he wanted me to take a 10-year-old in the woods and stab him, I probably would. I don't know.
I mean,
guess.
he's tall and rich, right?
Yeah, right. You got to do what he says. I don't want to get slapped. Tall man slaps are hard.
Yeah, why are there no super tall boxers with that arm range? You'd
Well,
think,
like Tyson Fury's like 6'5", 6'6". The tall boxers do really well.
Oh, they do.
They got all that reach.
Put your hand against the opponent's forehead. Just hold back.
Yep.
Pick them up like a baby. They'll be swinging their arms with the boxing gloves on, not being able to do anything. Anything else with your idea?
No, that's basically it. Wear
Did you?
shoes for the unsuccessful tall people, or some type of medicine or something to help people who are insecure about their tallness and have no talent.
Brainstorming and pitching ideas is the funnest part of the creative process. We decided to just skip the boring part of actually making stuff and just do the fun part. I'm comedian Tom Walma.
I'm comedian Abbie Lemke.
Comedian Heather Koos.
Comedian Marcco Gonzalez.
And this is Creativity Wasted.
You're listening to the Podcast Detroit Network. Visit www.podcastdetroit.com